Well, folks, we have had a great summer of songwriters at the Fjord Oyster Bank for Shuck Strum, and I'm with our final performers, maybe save the best for last here.
Absolutely.
Tom and Aileen Wilson. They're going to be on the 28th, that Thursday, here at the Fjord Oyster Bank. How are you both?
Pretty good.
We're
Still
great.
alive.
I'm excited to talk with you and have you. It's been a wonderful summer, and what we like most from the audience that's there and also the performers is that this is a songwriter original focus.
Right.
It's nice. Mm-hmm.
So
amen to that.
a lot of times, you'll play a show and maybe you're only allowed to play 2 or 3 original songs. Otherwise, it's all covers and things like that. But you guys have a wide, deep bench when it comes to original songs. Tell me a little bit about you two.
We
And how
probably do 6 to 8 originals in a 2-set gig.
Right.
So,
And otherwise, they just want to hear what the crowd's going to want.
well, it's what we want to play.
Yeah.
And it's every song's different, so we're not like bluegrass.
Right.
Sorry.
Just
Where you heard the first 2 and then you've heard them.
Right.
So we like the variety.
You guys been performing together? What's the story? Give me your history
It's
here.
probably been about 12 years. We got together with a gentleman named Chuck Kerr from Olympia.
Okay.
And we performed with him at the Alderbrook and up at the golf club at the Alderbrook and place in Olympia. And he had people.
Private parties, a variety of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we broke up.
COVID.
Bands broke up. COVID got us.
COVID hit us.
yeah.
Yeah, we had just played in Seattle, actually in West Seattle, and a week later everything closed down.
We played at, what was it, Alki Beach.
Yes.
And then everything went.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at our age, all of a sudden, between the other gentlemen we played with and surgeries, it just kind of, it just slowly, we stopped playing together because of everything that was happening.
Yeah.
So, and getting old,
What's your individual backgrounds in music? I mean, how long have you been playing an instrument or singing?
I'm 75. I don't look a day over 74.
No, you look great
And I was probably 14 or 15 when the Beatles were.
Okay.
So anybody that didn't listen to the Beatles and want to play music, in my opinion,
Check your pulse.
So it looked like a good job to me. So I hooked up with Jeff Tassin. And me and him started writing songs, and we had 3 or 4 bands that won the battle of bands out at the fairgrounds. And so we had a good time in the 60s and 70s. And then I got a job in the shipyard because you got to feed your kids.
Sure.
And I was a machinist in the shipyard. And that went on for 33 years. I'm retired now. I can play music again.
Nice.
So we got back into it with this other fella, Chuck Kerr. And then you heard the rest of the story about everybody getting sick and stopping.
Yeah.
And now Aileen and I are doing it, and the harmony's excellent.
And you?
Well, I'm from New York. I danced semi-professionally, for one thing. I also was a violinist, and I was in the New York Youth Orchestra. And I also sang. So I was brought up in a family with a lot of music and musician. My dad was a dancer and a musician, and then had a family and kind of broke away from all of that. And then when Tom and I got together, it was just fun for me to slowly start back up doing things. Stop the violin just again because I hadn't done it for years, and to try and do that with your shoulders and everything, as I was getting older, it was just something I thought, no. So I now do the percussion, so I'm dancing with my hands.
Sure.
She's got rhythm.
Yeah, and that's fun for me. I actually have also, with him, performed with my tap shoes on, and I have a small tap dancing.
So for percussion, she tapped, and it was
plus
excellent.
with the other instruments, but
so instead of a double bass pedal, right? You have your tap shoes,
and people loved that when I did it. It was fun. It was a very different thing. Nobody was doing that. That's for sure.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the inspiration on the songs. Where do you draw from when you're writing?
Really good question. Personal experience is always the right answer. Things that happened to me things I went through, things I didn't like to see, things I liked to see, all inspirations for songs. And I'm a word guy. I'm full of words. So a lot of my songs are very superior when it comes to lyrics.
Okay.
So usually I write around the lyrics and fit the music to the lyrics. Sometimes I write a musical part and fit lyrics to the music. But usually it's the lyrics first. I'll write what's essentially a poem.
Yeah, I was just going to ask
and
if
then
that's
put
what it
music
was.
to it. And I don't do rap.
No?
No.
Well, you're young. You got time.
I know.
Yeah, really.
Right?
I'm working on it, but yeah. I like to play while I
he's
sing.
a writer. He's also published 3 books, so I mean,
Oh,
he does
really?
love writing.
Yeah. What books are these? Tell me about them.
I did a series of comedy shorts called Manly Adventures and Other Delusions,
Okay.
where men basically end up making fools of themselves and the women come in and save the day. I actually had 2 guys come up to me in Olympia and say, "How come you're always cutting down men?" I says, "Guys, if I wrote this way about women, I'd be dead."
Sure.
And they went, "Oh, yeah."
They're funny stories too, yeah.
We'll give you some
and
copies.
real
I'd
life
love to see 'em,
experiences,
yeah.
all of them.
And then I wrote the
So-
biography of Lyle Emerson George, who was the chairman of the Squamish tribe at the time.
Wow.
And it's called Courage to Follow the Vision. And it's got some interesting stuff in it about the dysfunction in the tribe and what he was trying to do to make change. And that was fun. That was a different venue for me. And then I couldn't help it. I had to write songs again.
Sure. You mentioned Alki, Seattle. Is that where you mostly, or how long have you been here on the Canal?
I've been born and raised in Bremerton,
Okay.
so I play around here. I have my whole life.
Yeah.
And Seattle was a special thing. They heard us on Reverb Nation or something, and I'm highly ranked. I'm number 1 in Mason County. We're a songwriter.
Okay.
Number 2 in the I-5 district. Right today, I'm 16 in the country and number 20 in the world.
Oh, my.
So
Wow. Well, we are in store for a treat then.
I hope so.
He actually had a number 1 hit in Russia.
In Russia.
Now, if that isn't a different
Okay.
story, but it was true.
It was quite a few years ago, but I had a number 1 hit.
So how did that get marketed, or how did somebody find that? I'm fascinated by that, because we have sometimes...
You can hear my music on Reverb Nation, and my name is Joseph Thomas Wilson, and that's what it's listed on under Reverb Nation. But when I was 3 years old, I said Dofus, and I had 4 brothers and sisters, so it was Dofus, Dofus, Dofus. So I went by Tom. But on Reverb Nation, it's Joseph Thomas Wilson, and all of my songs are on there.
That's wild.
What, the Dofus?
No.
You making fun of me?
No, the Russia, the Russian.
Oh, the Russian thing was
Yeah.
funny, and it was in
Yeah.
English, so I don't know what they liked about it. But
That's
It
fascinating.
was interesting, yeah. We were quite
number
surprised.
1 in Russia.
And have you dabbled in writing, or are you mostly now percussive, or?
Yeah, I am not a writer. No, we have one song we
wrote together.
but that's definitely
We
his
were
talent.
headed home down South Shore Road. Hard
Yeah.
to talk about money.
Yeah. So we'll be playing that one.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sure.
Yeah. And so, where else? I mean, the history of folks here locally that know you and have listened to you both, and where is that elsewhere? You play in Hoodsport throughout, Shelton, Belfair,
Good sport, Union.
anywhere
Bell.
that'll have you.
It was hard to find a gig for a while after COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still
very.
tough. They don't pay well. They pay as much as they did in 1970. So if you're going to make a living playing music, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's just for fun.
And is that for? I mean, that's for full on.
5-piece band might make more.
Right.
The person who makes the most money is the DJ who plays my records and everybody else's records. He makes $500 when he plays.
Yeah.
Again, I don't get it, but
Versus just.
but
live,
he does talk while he plays the records.
live
so,
music.
Yeah.
So, what can we expect the journey on the night of the Shuck Strum on the 28th?
The journey.
I mean, are you going to go from this was like one of the first songs I wrote, or are you going to? How
I
much are you going to bare your soul? You have your set
put
list.
that much thought into it. but there's almost always a story behind every song.
I bet. We got to market this to your Russian fans, right?
Dobroye utro, как вы поживаете.
They should be able to access the website over there. Who knows?
Gosh, that's funny.
Everybody has the website, even Ukraine.
Yeah.
That Russia's picking on. So,
tell me a little bit more about some of your stories, your songs, your stories. Your favorite one that we'll hear you think.
Well, I'll tell you a story about my wife. We got married 19 years ago. We just celebrated our 19th. And you always hear it. You never wrote a song for me. You got her, and you wrote something for that girl, and so I was on the spot.
Sure.
See, so he's a storyteller, because that's a story that's just a story.
I wrote a song called Aileen, which is her name, Aileen. And I like that song a lot. It's a pretty song. I'll play it for you when we're done here. What was the question?
That was it. That you answered it. Okay. Kind of one of your most special songs that we'll hear.
And Symphony is a special song, and it was me playing with words like John Lennon used to do. And it's basically a nice story song.
What is it about music you think that connects people?
I don't know that people would be okay without it. The rhythm and the melodies and I don't know.
The stories.
How you could live without that. Country music is the stories.
Yeah.
And I try to tell stories. I'm not country. I play a country song or two, but I lean towards Americana, pop, and whatever my songs would be classified as. I don't know.
I think people really enjoy what they can identify with.
Sure.
They feel what the words are being said, and they can visualize. A good writer, that song, when you're hearing it, you actually visualize the whole thing in your mind.
Yeah.
You have a camera in there that makes up the story that you're hearing, and then that's what you relate to, because it's something you've also experienced more likely in your life.
Right.
Funnest thing for me is playing in front of a crowd. We played at the deli, the Union Deli.
Yeah.
And it was standing room only. And as I was playing, I looked around the room, and half the people were singing my song with me.
That's got to be great.
They've heard him enough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That feels cool. Good.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll put the links to your Reverb Nation site and those ones on this interview as well. The 28th is our final Shuck Strum, and it's been a great summer. We're excited to have you guys wrap this up for us.
I don't rap, but go ahead.
WRAP.
Oh, okay.
Wrap it up for us here.
Sorry, man.
And as usual, it's going to be a great night, 6 o'clock on the radio, on our social media sites, and at the Oyster Bank for a great night of songwriting and storytelling with Tom and Aileen Wilson here. Nice to see you guys.
It's not really.
We are looking forward to it.
It's not really because we signed up last. It's because you saved the last for best, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, people had their choice. That was the final slot. You guys got
only one slot.
That's it. That's it.
Well, I'm really excited about it because I admire Tom so much and his ability to write songs. I just think they're excellent. And this is such an opportunity to actually play nothing but his songs. Yeah. So it's going to be wonderful.
Oh, cool.
I think I have 13 CDs now.
Wow.
All original songs. And nobody buys CDs anymore. So it was all a waste of time.
Right.
I got to put it out. I got to put out
and a record.
vinyl.
And you have a record.
Yeah, put it on vinyl and people will buy it again.
The first recording we did was 1977 with Jeff Tassin and Rick Tassin. And it was called Songmakers. The name of the band at the time was Jarrett. Jarrett played in Seattle and was the #1 band in Seattle. And when they got blackballed by the union because they wouldn't give them their cut. So they lost all their gigs. So in a moment of anger, they wanted to put the name on there. It started getting airplay, and the union shut it down in Seattle, and Heart's record came out, and they got airplay.
Interesting.
So it was us against Heart, and we got shut down by the union.
So these are old KJR days then, right?
Yeah. KJR Seattle.
Wow.
95.
Isn't that something? I look forward to hearing all these songs. Again, 28th in Hoodsport at the Fjord Oyster Bank. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's going to be a great Shuck and Strum. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aileen and I will be there too.
Yeah.
That's it. They'll be here too. We won't just play your songs on. We won't have a DJ playing the
No
songs.
DJ,
for you.
no,
DJs,
please.
no. Live music, yeah.